Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
It's a tale of two stouts.
Tale of two stouts.
And oat-containing stouts, right?
That's
two?
right.
Right?
Yes.
Good.
I'm glad we know what we're doing.
Mine was formulated with the help of Chris Colby and Peter Simons, beer author and historian, on an episode of Basic Brewing Radio. So
nice.
Check that out.
Mine was brewed with the help of two martinis on a Saturday night. So we'll see.
So my foam is going down here. So let's taste mine first.
Okay.
This was brewed on the day after Christmas. Cheers. I've been holding on to this for a long time because you said you were going to brew one. I was like, oh, we can taste them both.
So this is a Boxing Day stout.
Oh, okay. There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
that's very good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a tasty little sessionable oat malt stout.
Yep.
Now mine is made with oat malt, not flaked oats, but malted oats. Here's what I did, and I actually adjusted the water on this. So I added some chemicals. I won't go into the details because everybody's water chemistry is different.
Yeah.
I adjusted my water chemistry for, brown beers essentially.
Yeah.
So this is a 5-gallon or 19-liter batch into 8 gallons or 30 liters of water at 161 degrees Fahrenheit or 71.7 C. And I did that because I wanted to hit a mash rest temperature of 152 degrees Fahrenheit or 66.7 C. Into that water, I put 6 pounds or 2.7 kilograms of maris otter, of course, 3 pounds or 1.4 kilograms of oat malt, 10 ounces or 284 grams of brown malt, 8 ounces or 227 grams of 20 Lovibond Crystal, and 4 ounces or 113 grams of chocolate malt. Now, I said that I wanted to hit that initial strike temperature of 152 or 66.7 C. I did, but I was lazy and I didn't hook up my recirculating pump. So I lost about 10 degrees in that first first half hour, because it was cold outside.
Yeah.
So that was my fault. So actually, that first part of the mash, before the heating element caught back up, I was mashing like 10 degrees lower than what I wanted. So I boiled for 60 minutes after it collected my wort. 7 grams of Vic Secret at 21.5% alpha acid, and this is like, empty out the freezer hops. And that's all the boiling hops. I chilled the wort. I pitched L10 darkness. The original gravity was 1038, on gravity 1010 for an ABV of 3.7%. I dry hopped in the keg with because I forgot to dry hop in the fermenter. I dry hopped in the keg 2 ounces, 56 grams of cluster at 7.3% alpha acid. So I was expecting it to be a lot more chewy than it was because I was supposed to malt or mash for 90 minutes at 152. Turns out I did a kind of a step mash because it cooled off because it was cold outside, then it came back up. So if I had used my brewing equipment as intended with the recirculating pump, I would have been in a lot better shape. So what do you think?
Well, nonetheless, it's a very tasty beer. I think it's great. It's lighter than I would have expected it to be in terms of flavor. Well, everything you just said, really.
Right.
So, to me, it drinks more. It drinks less like a stout, more like kind of a big brown ale, kind of like a Newcastle, but with a little more hoppy.
Yeah.
It's not quite, doesn't quite hit the stout level.
I agree.
To me.
I agree.
But that doesn't mean it's a bad beer. It's a very good beer.
Well, I think it's a brown ale.
It's a brown. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think it's a brown ale.
Yeah, it's a tasty little beer.
It's really good.
It's only 3.7% ABV with 130 calories. For a pint.
All good tick marks. I like that it's a little bit lighter, in alcohol, and I'm just kind of into these quaffable beers nowadays, and it's just very quaffable.
It's not bad. It's just not. It's not what I intended. I intended it to be bigger and chewier. It just didn't work out that way. So,
Well, I think that's okay, but like you say, you kind of learn from doing.
yeah,
And
use your equipment right.
use your equipment. Yeah, I wondered about, so I guess you'd get a, what, somebody will correct me on this, but so when you mash at a lower temperature, you get a more fermentable
Correct.
wort, so you get a little bit thinner beer.
Right.
And so,
Which is what happened here.
yeah. And it's interesting to see that actually happen in real life. Because, when you're brewing, you don't think that much about it, at least I don't. But here to know what you're after and to know why you're after it, and then to know that you didn't get there,
Yeah.
that's the mark of a good brewer, actually. I mean, truthfully, it is, because you know what happened and you know what to do about it.
Yeah.
Rather than go
And I forgot to dry hop in the fermenter. I fermented in a bucket, which I usually ferment in a carboy, and I fermented it in a bucket so I could dry hop, and then I forgot.
Yeah.
So I dry hopped in the keg. So it's like 2 screw ups, but it still came out, pretty tasty beer.
Yeah.
So what do you got? You want me to pour while you
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
read?
And
Not
so
to take
I
your beer
made
away
a
from
stout
you.
too, and
Can I have the
I called it an oatmeal stout, but I'm not sure if it qualifies because I don't know how much oatmeal you're supposed to have to call it an oatmeal. My beer is this. The grain bill is, bear with me, I forgot my logbook, so I'm having to
Go electronic.
go electronic here. I've got 7 pounds of just Brice 2-row. I've got 1 pound of Brice roasted barley. I've got 8 ounces of Brice flaked oats, 7 ounces of Brice caramel 20, 1 pound of medium brown sugar.
Oh, okay.
Then I've got, in miscellaneous, I've also got 4 ounces, sorry, read that wrong, 4 ounces of maltodextrin. And my hops are an ounce of East Kent Golding at 60 minutes, a half ounce at 30 minutes, and a half ounce at 15 minutes. So it's
Old school.
It's old school. I did I did make my own water, you might say, starting with distilled water and added some stuff to that. And then I fermented it with SO4. Fermented SO4 and fermented it for about 2 weeks at about 70 degrees because it was in my garage. And that's it. So that's the beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Did you say the stats, the finishing or starting gravity,
no,
finishing
sorry,
gravity,
I didn't.
ABV?
Thanks a lot. Vitals are, it started at 1051, it finished at 1009, 37 IBUs according to my software, and I don't see the ABV, and I can't, 5.5.
This is what my beer wanted to be. No, this is what I was shooting for.
Yeah.
It's got a lot better body. It's a chewier beer. I think it's more kind of satisfying. Yeah, this is what that beer wanted to be. And you could tell, I mean, there's a difference in color. Mine's a lot lighter than yours. Again, mine's I touched your glass, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Now it's got cooties.
I licked my fingers and touched the rim. Don't Google that. So, yeah, this is what my beer wanted to be. My beer is good. I'll continue to drink it. I'm not going to throw it out. I've still got some of the keg. And pardon me, it's allergy season. But yours is what I was shooting for. It's more satisfying. It's kind of more roasty. Good job.
I like that. I've got where I'm using that maltodextrin. I don't use as much. It says in the manufacturer's advice, it's like 8 ounces, I think, for a 5-gallon batch, and I think that's too much. I don't know that because I've never actually used 8 ounces, but I just use 2 to 4 ounces, and it just kind of adds a little bit of body to it.
Yeah.
Without a lot of work, Brewer's hack.
No. Again, not slagging off my beer too much, but this one is what I was shooting for. Mine is tasty. If there's any left, as it starts to warm up, it'll be a good drinker in warmer temperatures.
Yeah.
But it's just different beers, different ingredients, different intentions. Yours came out the way you wanted it. Mine not so much. But
And they're both good beers.
that's the part of the adventure of brewing.
The adventure of brewing.
All right, everybody. Brew some stouts.
Here's some stouts.
they're good even in the summertime.
Absolutely.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Come and visit us online at basicbrewing.com. You can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer.
You know,
I'll
a
fix it.
distinguished man would use suspenders.
Bib overalls. Yeah. Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?
Green beans and cornbread.
Yum, yum. All right. All right, here we go.